Hi and welcome to the first video of this series where we will together create a full stack application from scratch using modern technologies such as TypeScript, Docker, React.js, Vue.js and Express. In this first part we're going to define the project structure. We will create a Dockerfile, a Docker Compose YAML, and we will define the environment variables that we will be using later on. In the second part, we will write the backend, and in the final part, we will write the frontend. So I already created a directory for the backend, a directory for the frontend, a empty .env file, a empty Docker Compose YAML, and a empty Dockerfile. So let's start with filling in the Dockerfile. So first we will define the front-end stage. For that we will use the node Alpine image. Oh, it's the wrong file. Here we go. Inside the Dockerfile, of course. And for that we will copy the package and package log.json. Like such into the container. Then we will define the working directory as the front end for here, and we will install the dependencies. And then we will copy our application code inside the container, and that's about it for the front end stage. Now we will continue with the backend stage. It's pretty much the same as the front end stage, so we can copy this over. Now here additionally we will need concurrently and nodemon to run our application inside the container and have it update as we update our code, so we don't have to rebuild the container every time or restart it. And that should do it for the Dockerfile. Let's continue with the Docker Compose YAML. So first we define the version, and then we define our services. We're going to have a front end. For that we use the Dockerfile. Make sure it's written correctly here. We have the target stage, that is the front end. And then we're defining the working directory again. That's the front end. And now we're adding some environment variable. Because we're using Vite, we're calling it the Vite port, and it will be the port that we run our application on. Now this we'll define later on the end file. As for the volumes, we will define the front-end volume and map it into the container front-end directory. And we will also map in the node modules, so that if anything changes in our local code or like in our dependencies, it will be mapped into the container, so that we don't have to restart the container. And now the command, it will be npm run dev. Yes, this will be a development environment. We call it dev. And we will map the port 3000 from inside the container to outside the container. Alright, let's continue with the backend. This will look pretty much the same, so I would copy this over again from the front end and adapt where it's needed. So all of this needs to be adapted. We're going to have to change as well the environment variables. We're gonna need a port here for the backend and a DeepL API key. This one I will show you in a second how to get. And of course we need to change the port. The backend will run on 8080. And with that the Docker Compose is also done. Now we can continue with the end file. So first we have a port that's on 8080. We have a Vite port which will be on 3000, and the DeepL API key which will be empty for now, and we'll get it in a second. Alright, now that we have the setup done, we can go to the DeepL page. So just deepl.com/translator, and from here we can go to the API in the menu and sign up for free. So with the free API we can translate up to 500,000 characters a month, which should be enough for our test project, and it can do anything that we need it to do for nothing. So you have to sign up here quickly. I'm already signed up, and then you can just log in. After you log in, you can go to retrieve your authentication key and account management. For that you click on account, you scroll all the way down, and here you have your API key, and this one we will then put in here. So you just copy paste your DeepL API key inside these quotations. I'm going to do the same now. And with that we have it all set up, and we can begin writing the application.